Knee deep. Wow, this is beautiful. There's a school bonefish. Big old school. Wow, look at that school going straight down here. Can we circle and get to the school? That is incredible. There's 1,000 fish there. All right, maybe 800. See the sharks around them? Can land out in the blue water when that's the end. This is living proof that this is the ultimate pulling platform, going 500 feet straight up. Incredible.
Hello everybody, I'm Andy Mill. In Ernest Hemingway's book, Islands in the Stream, he spoke of Bimini and the deep blue water which flows across its doorstep on its way to Greenland, and the legendary fish which still swim in its depths. Well, here in the Bahamas, Hemingway's aura is still alive and well, as is the passion for record catches. But since Papa's day, flats or shallow water fishing has become popular, with the essence being sighting or hunting bonefish, tarpon, and permit. Well, with a seaplane as our eyes, flying 500 feet above the water, we'll take the definition of stalking to a whole new dimension. Our objective are many islands, flats, and bonefish. As our plane approaches the emerald-hued shallows that surround the famed Bahama Bank, I can't help feeling that we're about to visit a very special land of Oz. Our first stop, after the 40-minute flight across the Gulf Stream, is the island of Bimini, which will be our jumping-off point to the remote out islands that lie about 90 minutes flight time away. I'm joined on this trip by my friend and guide, John Glorieux, and our pilot, Rich Young. After clearing customs, Rich says that we have time for a little sightseeing and shopping before it's time for takeoff. One of the must-see sights on Bimini is a true sport fishing shrine, the Complete Angler, formerly Hemingway's home. It now houses a collection of memorabilia dedicated to the island's rich sport fishing history. It was here that the true pioneers of big game fishing came to test their mettle against giant marlin and bluefin tuna. Papa came here 65 years ago in search of a new frontier, and as I let my mind drift back to that special place in time, I realized we represented a new generation of pioneers who had come to these same fabled waters to push the envelope of that frontier by going back to the future. There were no airports in those days, so adventurous tourists arrived by seaplanes, not unlike the one that would soon take us to where few anglers have ever thrown a fly. In Papa's day, the emphasis was on heavy tackle and fish weighing thousands of pounds. In more recent years, the emphasis has shifted to sight fishing the flats with light lines and tiny lures for husky bonefish. Doesn't look like a 16-pound bonefish to me. It's pretty deep. Ain't long enough. Yeah.
If I would have caught him, he would have been 16 pounds.
Maybe it would have been 20.
Feel this. Now that is worth $5 to me.
That's a banana bread. That's a 16-pound banana bread.
Can we still get off the water with this? Is this going to be too heavy?
No, because we burned off a lot of gas.
Doing good.
All right, let's
For
put this
sure we're
baby
not
on.
going to get off the water now.
Clear prop.
The Eskimos have 50 words to describe snow, and as I look out at this kaleidoscope mix of ankle-deep turquoise flats, I can't help but wonder if the Bahamians have 50 words to describe this liquid paradise they call home. As we reach our destination, the water cays near South Andros, fingerprinted by bottomless blue holes in virgin waters, we descend to 500 feet and start searching for bonefish.
Right there. Yeah, there they are, right in the middle. We're going to put the hurt on these fish in a big way.
We're in the middle of it. I mean, we are in the woods. We are closer to Cuba than civilization. That's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. Yeah.
The elusive bonefish is known as the gray ghost of the flats because it's not unusual to fish an entire day for possibly 1 or 2 shots at a fish. The school that's drawn our attention is the largest single concentration of bonefish that any of us had ever seen. At least 1,000 fish, maybe more. That's the good news. The bad news were the sharks we saw patrolling the fringes of the school. These predators really didn't pose a threat to us, but we knew it would be difficult to keep at least some of our hooked fish from becoming easy prey.
Well, I think we're about ready to bum out the largest pot of bonefish I've ever seen.
There's got to be 1,000 fish up in front of us. There's some nurse sharks, so watch out for the sharks when you hook up to your fish. The nurse sharks won't bother you, but I'm sure there's some lemon sharks in there.
What do you think the best game plan would be?
I think we need to get a little bit in front of them over to the left, and I think we all need to cast simultaneously.
Try to get a trouble.
And we need to try to all hook up simultaneously, because I'm not quite sure what this school's going to do when we hook up.
They might really blow up.
And again, watch out for the sharks. If your bonefish come up on, or if the sharks come up on your bonefish, just go ahead and back your drag off, let your fish run, and hopefully you can get away from the shark. But let's try to get a triple header.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
There's a special sense of excitement that always comes before I make my first cast. As we split up and begin making our initial stalk, my breath quickens as I look out upon this monster school of bonefish that were about to get their first look at a fly. Life has precious few firsts, but the idea that we're probably the first fishermen who had ever walked this flat and cast to this incredible school of fish was truly humbling.
He's eating yours?
Yeah, I got one set.
Okay. There we go. The motor. There you go.
Well, I think that qualifies for a triple header.
We got 3 on?
Yep,
Yo, bro.
3 on simultaneously. Hold on. Beautiful job,
If
Andy.
you can't catch 3 fish out of a school of 2,000, you're not good.
Beautiful.
Let's
I
see
cannot
these 3.
believe how many fish are there.
Okay, let's see these 3 fish, guys. What's it mean when you snag it? You get your snag.
That's when
That
they're
doesn't even
really
qualify
thick.
as a fish. You cheated, man.
That's when they're really thick. Look at his tail.
You know, I love it when a plan comes together.
That's beautiful.
Spot a school of 2,000, circle, land the plane, come and wait out. Let me see your fish over here, Rich.
Come on, Rich. Oh, there goes one.
Okay. Let me see your fish.
Hey,
Yo, bro.
I think Rich is a little bigger. Okay, let's turn
Guys,
around.
get
Beautiful
going.
job.
High five, guys.
Yes, yes.
Way to go.
After 2 hours of frantic action, the bonefish suddenly disappeared as a falling tide forced them off the flats and into deeper water. So we decided to look for a smaller school we'd spotted earlier that morning.
Right there. Yeah, there they are, right in the middle. Look right there. Okay, there's your fish. God, they're still there. Those fish have been there for 2.5 hours. You're right. And they haven't moved. Right. I think they're stuffed. I don't think they're real. Tell me if it gets a little deeper up here. Am I gonna be able to land in this? I don't know.
To avoid being stranded by the ebbing tide, Rich dropped us off and then moved the plane to deeper water while we made our initial approach.
Can't get over how beautiful this is.
It's probably 17 degrees and dropping in Aspen right now.
Well,
What a way to warm up a cold, wintry body, you know? Especially one that's been broken 9,000 times. Oh, look at this pot of fish coming.
I don't believe it. I got a single to throw to.
How sweet is this?
A single to throw to. I love it. Oh, it's so much nicer than a school of fish. Oh! My barbless hook is letting me down today.
You know, it's kind of a bad analogy, but it's kind of like just walking up to children and taking their lollipops away from them. I got one.
Get him.
You got one? Look at the herd going across the flat over there.
I'm just going to wait until you're ready. We're going to go back at those fish.
Yeah, they'll settle down here.
Want me to jump on them?
It's like a cigar fish. It's like so little.
It's beautiful.
So little and pretty.
Someday he's going to be a big, nasty, mean bonefish. Smart. You've just educated him as to what a fly is.
I guess the learning curve is pretty steep when you're getting caught.
Beautiful fish. Oh, look at the blue on his tail. Andy, hold on to him for a second. Let me get a picture.
They're so hard, you know, and they're just solid.
Give me a shot.
Like I said, it looks just like a bonefish, but only smaller.
Beautiful. Thank you. Give me some of that slime on my hands. I need some of that.
Good going.
Nice job.
I like your idea of a fishing adventure.
If you're gonna do it right.
You know.
See that school of fish right in front of us coming at us?
Right now?
Probably 40 fish there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm in him.
Oh, I got somebody's attention.
I got one.
I will too in a second. Eat it.
I can't believe he ate.
I got mine.
Double header. Sweetness.
Off to the races. I love when the school stays close like that.
You know,
Oh, Andy.
I didn't know if they were gonna, if we were gonna get them to eat because they'd spooked a little
You
bit.
kidding? My fly would hit the water and 4 or 5 of them would swim 20 feet to look at it. Oh, the school's still sitting there. Oh, I hope this wind comes down for us so we can throw some of the light flies.
Yeah, how messed up is that school out there?
Now?
Yeah, pretty.
Well, if you threw a shrimp at them, they'd eat it. I don't know. I think mine's bigger.
It wouldn't take much. Brother and sister?
Brothers. Beautiful job.
I like their head. Look how flat that head is.
It's
Such
that.
so aerodynamic.
There he goes.
Doesn't the head look like the front end of a Testarossa?
Beautiful. That's my toe you're trying to bite.
All right.
All right, it was a slime. It worked. Tell you what, we're getting some pretty shallow water over here. That cut's getting real thin. I'm not sure if there's any fish up in front of us. If there are, they're going to be way in tight. Can I get you to put the plane in the air and fly this bay one time and let us know where you see and where the fish are? Because if they're not here, we'll just move out to deep water for you.
Yep, be over in a minute.
Gracias, appreciate it.
If we were trying to spot our fish from a typical poling platform on a flats boat, it would have taken us hours to accomplish what Rich could see from the floatplane in only a few minutes.
All right, 2 schools in there?
Yeah, I see about 3 or 4 schools in there. There's some more right off my wing now, so off right towards me.
Okay. All right, you got it. Well, we're going to walk left, and we're going to walk down the back side of that and see what we see. But as long as they're in there, now I know I can keep going.
Yeah, keep going in there. Walk a little closer to shore.
That's where you pay the big bucks.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it, Rich.
Get them look for the
See you in a
fish
while.
for you. Yeah, bro.
That's
And
the
here
one-
we thought there were no fish in there. And he flies over and says, just go a little further.
I was walking out of there. I was, you know, when you're in ankle deep water and your toes are getting dry, there's a problem there. But there's fish in there. He said 4 schools, 5 schools.
Once we honed in on the highway of fresh new bonefish, it was deja vu all over again, as the fish continued to swim by us in waves. This is what it was all about. The powdered sugar sand flats somewhere in the middle of nowhere with just us. And a few hundred hungry bonefish.
One of the things that are so wild for me are the colors.
Yeah.
You know, the Keys has this a little bit.
Yeah.
A fair amount, actually.
The Keys are beautiful. I've
Yeah.
always said this was the Florida Keys, just a little more private.
A little.
And it's blowing what, 20?
Well, you want to be casting downwind, that's for sure.
Go ahead and we'll...
Have you fished this bay before?
No.
This is the first time here.
This particular bay, yes.
You have fished? Or this is
No,
your first
no,
time?
this is the first time. Look, see the crab? This is the first time I fished this particular bay. You know, there's, even though the water Ks are real small, there's probably, 500 square miles of flats here.
Wow.
You know, to fish it in a boat, it'd kind of be like the Keys again. You'd need a lifetime to fish every flat.
Well, obviously, the only pressure that these fish have ever seen or experienced is barometric pressure when it drops.
That's about it. We don't even see a lot of sharks here. I do see a lot of big barracuda. And no one else. Yeah.
Wow.
And I almost guarantee you're the first one to put your foot down on that ground.
Pretty special thing.
As we boarded our plane for the flight back home, my mind wandered back to Papa and the other angling pioneers who had paved the way for our discovery. We came seeking the unknown and discovered a reality far beyond our wildest dreams. At a time when the earth often feels far too small and the encroachment of civilization erases frontiers, we'd managed to take a step back in time and experience fishing the way it used to be, and yet still is. This island nation that for more than 6 decades has drawn anglers with its siren song had clearly seduced another, and I knew it was only a matter of time until I returned to push our envelope of discovery just a little further. Until then, I would have to content myself with filling the mental snapshots of our adventure in the cluttered scrapbook of my mind.